Ukrainian refugees have made their way to Israel. Most came on a tourist visa. But more than 6,000 others used Israel's law of return to immigrate to Israel, or Aliyah as it's known. Upon arrival, they were provided with free hotel accommodation to help them adjust to their new reality. But it's about to expire, and now these new immigrants have to start their lives in a new country.
When you make an aliyah, automatically, if you're not born in Israel, you're at a disadvantage. It doesn't matter where you come from.
Nehama started the organization ALYNU to help immigrants adjust to their new country. She was focused on newcomers from America, but since the war in Ukraine began, she's changed the direction of her organization.
Aliyah from the U.S., many olim come here with professionals, and they come here, and often people struggle. A lot of people successful, but I would say probably 30-40% of them, a large percentage end up leaving. But they have where to go back to. The Ukrainians are coming, a lot of them professional like the Americans, but they don't have where to go back to. So I don't look at this as an option. I look at this as an obligation.
After the fall of the Soviet Union in the 1990s, Israel absorbed more than 1 million immigrants from the former USSR. Nehama remembers those days with the repercussions that echo still.
When people come up to me and say to me, "Oh, I heard you're helping Olim. Do you know someone who could help me in my house for cleaning?"
On arriving in Israel, the highly educated immigrants from the former USSR found themselves working in low-paying, often menial jobs. Nehama is determined not to see a repetition of this.
We'll do everything we can for them to get the jobs. I said we're not in the 1990s. We're in 2022. We need to do everything we can to give them the opportunity that they deserve.
ALYNU took 60 women under their wing. One of them is Yulia. In Ukraine, she was a school teacher.
These wonderful ladies help us in every items of our life, with something simple to live and with something very necessary to do our jobs, future jobs, professions.
ALYNU also helps the new immigrants with administration, such as converting their professional diplomas, dealing with banks, government offices, and so much more. Masha, only 11 years old, left her friends and home with her mother when they made their way to Israel. She's already attending school and building her new life, and even finding new friends.
It depends. There are kids that speak Russian, and there are kids that speak Ukrainian. Her name is Yasmin. She translated for me at school. She speaks Russian and Ukrainian. She translated to me all the teachers and all the lessons.
Masha's old friends are now in Italy and Poland, waiting to return to their home in the Ukraine. But Masha doesn't want to go back.
There's a better situation now in Israel, because in Kiev, my home is destroyed. There's nothing left for me there.
Masha is not the only one. Other immigrants are planning to stay in Israel, even when the war in Ukraine ends. Yulia's husband and Masha's cat were all left behind. When the war ends, they are planning to go and bring them to their new home in Israel. With the help of ALYNU, their journey to acclimatize will hopefully be a great success.